When you look at the crowds today, you have maybe 5,000–6,000 people here. On the streets yesterday, 1 million people, 1 million Iranians in the street for the Ayatollah Khomeini. Does that not give you concern? Does that not make you afraid?
Because they are afraid, yeah, that's right. And most of the people don't say anything because they are afraid. And they are in silence, you know, they don't say anything.
Is this the silent majority of Iran out here now?
Yes, that's right.
Do you want the Shah to return?
Yes, Shah, return to the country.
Why do you want the Shah? Why does she want the Shah?
دیگه شاه رفته شما بربخت بده دیگه ریختن تو خونه مامان با شما اینا رو همه رو بیرون ما شاه میخوایم ما بیچاره این شادی کشتنش حلاله کجای قرآن گفته
47 years we've been bleeding in the dark, under the shadow of the Islamic regime, with a stone-cold heart. They silenced our voices, they turned off our light. 58 days without internet, but we still fought the night. Our children took the streets, they raised their empty hands, and the world looked away. Do you understand? Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you days, that's all it took. Mothers and fathers and sons, did you even look? We stand with Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, our hope and voice. Millions behind him marching, he is our only choice. He only fights for freedom, democracy and human rights. But you mock him in your chambers while he fights for our lives, to pull us out of this darkness, this century-long night, while you sign deals with our killers and call it diplomatic right. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? They hang 60-40 souls one by one, hanged within 4 months by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? Do you feel anything at all? Or did something break inside you while Iran answered the call? Do you know Europe? What happened to you, Europe? What made you so cold? What turned your heart to stone while our story went untold? Is oil worth more than blood? Is silence worth the shame? Because while you negotiate with murderers, we are dying, calling your name. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? We are still here, we are still strong. Do you know Europe? How much longer? How much longer? How long? Do you know Europe?
To all of our friends around the world, under the yoke of the Islamic Republic, Iran is identified in your minds with terrorism, extremism, and poverty. The real Iran is a different Iran, a beautiful, peace-loving, and flourishing Iran. It is the Iran that existed before the Islamic Republic, and it is the Iran that will rise again from its ashes the day the Islamic Republic falls. So let me be clear about how a free Iran will act towards its neighbors and the world after the fall of this regime. In security and foreign policy, Iran's nuclear military program will end. Support for terrorist groups will cease immediately. A free Iran will work with regional and global partners to confront terrorism, organized crime, drug trafficking, and extremist Islamism. Iran will act as a friend and a stabilizing force in the region, and it will be a responsible partner in global security. In diplomacy, relations with the United States will be normalized, and our friendship with America and her people will be restored. The State of Israel will be recognized immediately. We will pursue the expansion of the Abraham Accords into the Cyrus Accords, bringing together a free Iran, Israel, and the Arab world. A new chapter will begin, grounded in mutual recognition, sovereignty, and national interest. In energy, Iran holds some of the largest oil and gas reserves in the world. A free Iran will become a reliable energy supplier to the free world. Policymaking will be transparent. Iran's actions will be responsible. Prices will be predictable. In transparency and governance, Iran will adopt and enforce international standards. Money laundering will be confronted. Organized corruption will be dismantled. Public institutions will answer to the people. In the economy, Iran is one of the world's last great untapped markets. Our population is educated, modern, with a diaspora that connects it to the four corners of the world. A democratic Iran will open its economy to trade, investment, and innovation, and Iran will seek to invest in the world. Opportunity will replace isolation. This is not an abstract vision. It is a practical one, grounded in national interest, stability, and cooperation. To achieve this, now is the time to stand with the Iranian people. The fall of the Islamic Republic and the establishment of a secular, democratic government in Iran will not only restore dignity to my people, it will benefit the region and the world. A free Iran will be a force for peace, for prosperity, and for partnership.
وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته ایم قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه روبروم یه واژه یه هدف به نام انتقامه پشت سرم دعای مادر و تو دستم تفنگ بابامه رو زبونم اسم شاه بگین عشق بی انتهاست هر جا اسم ایران اومد اونجا صدای بچه رضاست فردا می نویسن تو کتاب قصه دیمار بگو با تیر جنگی کشتن بچه های بیگناه رو بگو از بخت مادرها چیر زنا و دخترامون بگو تنها شهید شدیم تا تنها نمونه شامون وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه آمون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه آمون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه آمون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه
سلام من به تو یار قدیمی منم همون هوادار قدیم
سید سلام چطوری مرد کلی کتلت شدین دایی بدون مدرک سلام بسیجی قهرمان رفتی پیش توسی با پنیر و یه نون سنگک سلام به محفل قرآنیتون سلام به مدیرای بحرانیتون سلام به حاجی اکبر و طوله هاش و خارج و رفقای ارگانیتون سلام به دوستای پول ملت که تش میفتین توی تور ملت سلام به همه شما کرکسایی که دارین نونتون رو میزنین تو خون ملت ساکتش زیر دست و پاک و تک بخورین حالا هی به یه بادکنک بدوین سلام آخر تو زندان باشه وقتی قرار به این آب خنک بخورین مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا اینو بگذاریم به خاک میرسیم تجزیه طلبی که به خاک بیرسیم ایران مردمش وطن پرستن از کرد تا بلوچ بری به فاک بیرسی توف به هر چی مرسی است توف به هر کی در پی تجزیه است توف به لوی و همونی که شیفته ی گل ملیگران تو وطن خدا نفسی هست سر کردستان همه برپا شدن بلوچستان فدای مهسا شدن شم واحد که شیر و خورشید ما بقی جعلیا تنها شدن شادی باشه واسه همه در میهن کور بشه چه شهرچی اهریمن رخ رو بگی تا اون 6 کلاس سواد و خبرگان و مجد سری ترجیحن شبهای عروس و دامادی باشه برن سلامتی نوش کنن آبادی باشه لحظت کجاست میدون شهیاده به سمت اتوبان آزادی باشه سلام به نسل ندید پدیدا نبودیم ندیدیم قدیمتی ما شاه بود تو شادی کل میزدین حالا شاه بر میگرده پیک میزنین مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا
فاهنگی به این خوشگلی بانو آیده بود اسم یه مشخواهن رو توش بیاریم ولی خب لازم بود دیگه فکر کنم بانو آیده
Right!
Let's go. میخوام بگم از دلم، از عشق به این میهنم، به امید روز شکست دشمن شاه برمیگرده به وطن. برگشتن پهلوی، وحشت هر اجنبی، بلند بگو همشهری شاه رضا پهلوی. نظام رسیده پرتگاه، بلند بگو جاوید شاه. برگشت شاه به میهن، دوای درد وطن. این آخرین نبرده، پهلوی برمیگرده. داره میاد پهلوی، زجه بزن سید علی. راه نجات وطن، پهلوی هموطن. ایران میشه گلستان، شاه که بیاد به ایران. ایران که شاه نداره، حساب کتاب نداره. آخون باید گم بشه، توپ تانک فشفشه. گم شو بیرون اجنبی، داره میاد پهلوی. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن ها. ما شاه میخوایم نه ملا، بذار بشنوه دنیا. ایرانی داد بزن، شاه تو فریاد بزن. برگشتن پهلوی، وحشت هر اجنبی. بلند بگو هموطن، شاه رضا پهلوی. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. بلند بگو جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. بلند بگو جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه.
Look at us here today. We see so many flags representing so many nations. We know we are not alone, and we thank you for being with us. For all people around the world who stand today in unity with the Iranian people, this is not just because it's good for us, and you do it out of compassion and care for our rights to liberty and justice and equality and human rights. But understand that it is in your best interest too, to have, unlike this regime that has been propagating terror and radicalism, we the people of Iran are peacemakers and not warmongers. We like to be friends, especially with the free world. We'd like to be able to have the best neighborly relationship with the people of our area and the region, with the Arab countries, with Israel, and all our other neighbors. We are fighting for justice, we're fighting for human rights, we are fighting for liberty, we're fighting to put an end to all sorts of discrimination. Because as an Iranian, I stand here to tell you that I've dedicated 47 years of my life because I think that my country deserves far better than what we have right now. To now understand that their best remedy is to support the people of Iran, because ultimately a free Iran will be your best partner, not just to bring stability and peace, but it will be in your best economic interest and opportunities. Together we can prosper again, and the world will be so different once the Iranian people are free. I am here to guarantee a transition to secular democratic future. I am committed to be that leader of transition for you, so we can one day have the final opportunity to decide the fate of our country through a democratic, transparent process, through the ballot box and free elections. And let's make sure that this time, especially the free nations of this world and their governments, stand on the right side of history.
Well, Durud Patriots, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to day 190 of Iran Revolution Live. And we have a lot of news to go through. So get settled in, because for the next 2 hours, I'm going to be sharing news with you that you are not seeing in the mainstream media. And of course, as always, I will be giving you my geopolitical analysis on the Iranian Revolution. If you're watching in the live stream, as always, let me know where you are tuning in from, because I'm always interested to know where people are watching and joining from, because we do have a global community. And the one thing that I can say is that for all of the Iranians who tune in to Iran Revolution Live, whether in the live stream or whether they tune in afterwards, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Budapest. Guys, this is what I mean. Like, we are so global and international. There's someone from Budapest who is watching XV3 El Nino. Oh my gosh. See, like that just warms my heart. And what I can say is that, this also not just warms my heart, but, one of the reasons that I ask everyone if they can, Iceland. Sorry, Ireland. There we go. I love that. Just chilling from your recliner. That's fair. And of course, shout out to all of the Americans who are tuning in from all the various places. Wow. So the reason that I always ask for people, all of our viewers who are watching, wow, Serbia. Yes, Serbia. I recall we do have some viewers in Serbia. All my love to Serbia as well. So, one of the reasons that I ask all of you to just, let us know in the live stream chat, or if you're watching this live stream afterwards, in the video description, where you are tuning in from, is because not only does it warm my heart, but it warms the hearts of all of the Iranians, especially Iranians in occupied Iran, who for the last 47 years have been isolated from the rest of the world. And the Islamic regime that has been occupying Iran for the last 47 years, one of the ways that they have maintained power is that they made the rest of the world think that we Iranians are your enemies, right? They wanted you to think that all those Durkas who go out there and, chant death to America, death to Israel, and, all that jihadi Durka nonsense, right? There's a reason that they shared that propaganda, is because they knew that if the rest of the world thinks that all Iranians are these crazy Durka radicals, then no one is going to care about the Iranian people who are fighting for freedom, right? Because who's gonna want to tune in when everyone just thinks it's just terrorists fighting terrorists, right? So this was one of the strategies of the Islamic regime, isolating the Iranian people through fake propaganda. But now, after 47 years, the Islamic regime's propaganda has shattered. And thanks to all of you for tuning in and watching and coming here with an open mind to learn about Iran and the Iranian people and the Iranian revolution against the Islamic regime. For the first time in 47 years, we don't feel so isolated anymore. We don't feel so lonely anymore. And the fact that all of you are tuning in and watching from all around the world and sending your love and support and your kind messages, not only does this give me the energy and motivation to continue every day, but it gives Iranians, all Iranians, especially those Iranians in occupied Iran, right? It lets them know that they're not alone anymore, that the rest of the world sees through the deception of the Islamic regime, the foreign Arab Muslim occupiers. So that's why I ask all of you to just let me know where you're tuning in from, because it really is a morale boost. It really, really is a morale boost, and it makes all of us feel less lonely, you know. And I can probably say with confidence that this is the first time in 47 years that we Iranians, we haven't felt so alone anymore, right? And your support and your, coming here and sharing your thoughts and ideas, wow, it really means a lot to us. Now, I started Iran Revolution Live a little bit later today because I had a few things that I had to do earlier today. And also, just a quick housekeeping rule, I guess, or a quick announcement. So for everyone who's tuning in, so as of tomorrow, I will be traveling for about 2 weeks. Okay. So, doing a little bit of work, a little bit personal, but I'm going to be traveling for 2 weeks. What I want to say is that I will still be live streaming Iran Revolution Live and the Goldie Show every day. However, the time is going to be all over the place because it's going to depend on my travel schedule. I'm also going to be doing media interviews as well. Like, I'm already booked, guys. So just like for example, especially for our American viewers, I'm already booked to do a Newsmax interview on. Wait, where? I don't think it's my calendar yet, but let me see. So I'm already scheduled to do a Newsmax is it Newsmax? Sorry. Wake Up America. Wait, let's see this one. Wake Up America Weekend. Yeah, it's Newsmax. Okay, so for example, I'm especially for our American viewers, those of you who have Newsmax, I am scheduled to join Wake Up America Weekend on Saturday at 7:15 a.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be in a different time zone, so I'm going to be waking up much earlier, a couple hours earlier. But I will still be doing everything that I am doing. So yes, but I just wanted to say, make sure that you have your notifications turned on. Make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel and have your notifications turned on, because my live streams will be happening, but they will be much shorter, and they're just going to be at random hours, depending on like what my schedule is that day. So I just want to say that. So for the next couple of weeks, schedule is kind of going to be all over the place, but I will be live streaming with all the latest breaking news. So just want to give you a little bit of a heads up on that. I'll also make a post about it on YouTube and X as well. But yeah, the best place to know like when I'm going live is to literally follow me on my YouTube channel, subscribe, turn on your notifications. That way you'll know, because when I schedule live streams, especially in advance, it doesn't show up on X. So for all of my viewers on X, and I know I have like, thousands and thousands of people who watch me on X, X doesn't give like advance notice. I just wanted to put that out there. So there you go. Just a little bit of a housekeeping. Now, let's get to the news. Now, there have been there's been a lot of boom booms and explosions. And guys, remember, the reason that I say boom boom is because I just don't want to be, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want YouTube to penalize me, right? Because remember, at one point, YouTube actually banned me from live streaming for a period of 24 hours because apparently I was, you know, sharing. Apparently it was because I was like holding a fire gun or something, even though I literally wasn't, right? So that's why I just say boom booms. So if I say boom booms or, you know, QQs or pew pews, it's because YouTube's AI algorithm is a little bit strict with these things, and anyone who is reporting on the conflict in the Middle East, yeah, it's could be a little bit sensitive. I'm going to go to a little bit of the I'm going to go to the breaking news updates with the current conflicts, because again, as we are speaking, the United States is once again booming various IRGC bases across Iran. I will be speaking more about this later tonight on the Goldie Show. Because as you all know, Iran Revolution Live focuses more on the Iranian people and, of course, their fight for freedom and democracy against the Muslim Nazis. But I know there's a lot of breaking news and everyone wants to get to that, so I will share the breaking news, but then I'm going to go to what's happening inside of occupied Iran, and then later tonight, in a couple of hours when I do my evening geopolitical show, I will do a deep dive analysis of all of the boom booms. So let's get started. About 20 hours ago, blasts in Khorramabad and, of course, heavy southern anti-aircraft activity in Tehran. Tehran is, of course, the capital of Iran. The IRGC media confirmed that air defense activation in parts of Tehran. Explosion sounds reportedly heard near Parchin and Pakdash. Assessment ongoing. And 15 hours ago, so now we're getting to the newer info. IRGC claims Khaybar Shekan ballistic missiles struck U.S. fighter jet maintenance ramp and command center at Al Azraq base, Jordan, in 8th wave of Nasr 2 operation. Guys, so remember, the Khaybar Shekan ballistic missiles. Do you guys remember which ballistic missiles those are? Because I have shared that several times. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to pull this up again. I have to pull up their guys. Who knows first? What was the nickname that we had for the Khaybar Shekan missiles? Whoever remembers. Okay, Omid, you're Iranian. That's cheating. There you go. See, Kitty got it. Kitty got it. The pointy crayon. The Timu missiles, the pointy crayon. Yeah, it was basically the crayons. There you go. So there you go. Kitty got it. So shout out to Kitty for getting it first. Now, let me pull up the Khaybar Shekans so that you guys can know this weird Durka jihadi technology that the Islamic regime is claiming. Oh my gosh. Wait, this comment. Okay, so this is a new nickname, but I'm totally stealing this. So visitor, I'm totally stealing this nickname for the Khaybar Shekans, the Ayatollah Crayolas. I'm stealing this and I'm gonna take credit for it. And there you go. That's all it is. But that is certainly a very good nickname. All right, where are the boom boom videos? Let me see if I can find it now. Where did I have that? All right, you know what? It might be in my playlists. Let me go find the crayon video. Right, let me find it here. All right, let's see if we can find this, because I know I saved it somewhere, right? So, because now they're talking about their Durka circus missiles, right? Oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. I found it. I found it. So it is on my playlist, right, guys? So present Goldie is grateful to past Goldie for not only making this video but sharing it on Iran Revolution Live playlist, right? So yeah, these are the Khaybar Shikans of the Islamic regime. So let's just watch this video. So yeah, there you go. Now, if you recall, during like the test, so here's the thing. Do you know why it is that when they're filming like this, explosion or whatever, the explosion is off to the side and it's not in the center of the screen? Because remember, usually when you're filming, like your test missiles or weapons or whatever, you will center it. You want to center it so that the explosion that you're filming is in the center of the screen. So the reason that the pointy pencil of the Islamic regime, their Khaybar Shikan, is off to the side is because they are very what's what I'm looking for? They're not precise, okay? They're not precise, okay? So they were anticipating the missile to, come somewhere here. Instead, it went over there, which is why you see it on the side. And yeah, so this is the Khaybar Shikan, right? Like this is so this is the jihadi crayon that the Islamic regime is claiming hit. They're claiming that this hit. Where was it? A U.S. fighter jet maintenance ramp and command center. So I mean, let's see if it's true or not. But yeah, so that's the so when you see the word Khaybar Shikan, that's the pointy missile that the Islamic regime is referring to. Now, of course, the Islamic regime, being the garbage terrorists that they are, they put let me just get rid of the comments here, so like basically you guys can see like how like evil these people are. So the Islamic regime put they put this giant poster up, somewhere in Tehran, and it says, "Who is the next one?" Hashtag Lindsey Graham. And then this is D and T, right? So essentially, once again, the Islamic regime, even though the United States is literally booming them to hell right now, They are literally spending millions of dollars of money that should be going to the Iranian people. Instead, they're printing out these giant posters where they are making fun of the passing of Senator Lindsey Graham. May he rest in peace. And, you know, I did a whole memorial live stream on Senator Lindsey Graham on Sunday. But not only that, when they say who is the next one, you know, instead of the, they put the letter D, and then of course it's D and T, and then, you know, this little area here, you know, it's kind of like, it looks like here, right? So it's kind of referencing Donald Trump there. So not only is the Islamic regime mocking Senator Lindsey Graham's passing, but they're now also basically saying that President Trump is next. So, yeah, the Durkaness continues, right? It's just very, very disgusting, right? And Shin says Valley Asr Square, Central Tehran, right? So this is like a main area in Tehran, the capital city. Banner with a hashtag of Senator Lindsey Graham saying who is next, who is the next one, with the D shaped as Trump's head and capitalized T for pointing at Trump's initials. There you go. So that's what the Islamic regime is currently doing in response to being boom-boomed by the United States. I'm going to be speaking more about the conflict, but of course today's focus is like this show's focus is on Iranians, and I do want to speak about a number of Iranians who in the last few days have been executed by the Islamic regime. Because keep in mind, guys, even though the United States is booming the IRGC and all their bases, the Islamic regime is still continuing to execute innocent Iranians, and I want to speak about them as well. So I'll be getting to that momentarily, but as soon as I'm done the breaking news. So anyways, Kuwait again, once again being attacked, right? So the Islamic regime is they claim that they are targeting the U.S. Military bases in Kuwait, but of course the weapons and the bombs and the missiles that they use, they're not precise. So a lot of times civilians are put in danger as well. So there you go. Shaking in Bandar Abbas, unclear if it was a wave or an earthquake. But nope. Then Shin confirms. Now, 2 explosions in Bandar Abbas, Hormozgan province. So again, just going to our map of southern Iran. Okay, so let me just get rid of the comments here so you guys can see. So Bandar Abbas is right here. Okay, Bandar Abbas is right at the southeastern tip, and this is the border between Iran and Pakistan, and there are a lot of IRGC bases in. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. That's Chabahar. My bad, guys. I'm so sorry. This is Bandar Abbas here. Bandar Abbas is in the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, there's Bandar Abbas. So a lot of boom booms in Bandar Abbas, and if you recall, when I was giving my geopolitical analysis on the Goldie show a couple of days ago, Bandar Abbas is the home of several bases that are the HQ for their naval operations. So we're talking about the IRGC Naval HQ, the Khatam al-Anbiya Naval HQ, and a bunch of other HQs, headquarters as well. So Bandar Abbas, and a lot of the Bandar Abbas also, if you recall, I mentioned it also has several factories, like IRGC, Islamic regime owned factories, where they build and they produce the small like speedboats that go around, and then they terrorize the cargo ships, right? So their factories are there. So that's why the United States is targeting Bandar Abbas, just to give you a quick little heads up on that. So explosions in Bandar Abbas, third explosion. Simnon. Simnon is in the northeastern part of Iran. So two projectiles hit Simnon airport. No casualties, damage limited to peripheral sections. Again, so you have to remember when the United States is targeting these places, right? Like Simnon airport is not just like a normal civilian airport. Every single airport in occupied Iran is used by the Islamic regime for military purposes. That means that every single airport is a legitimate military target if it's being used for military purposes. So that's why this airport was being struck. There you go. So the Islamic regime, you know, one of the ways that they use Iranians as human shields is that they embed their military structures and military buildings and military operations within the civilian environment. So let's just look at this post. 60 structures. 59 of them are embedded within the civilian environment. A geospatial analysis based on satellite imagery comparison and open source intelligence. Oh wait, this is Hezbollah. Sorry, this is Hezbollah. How Hezbollah continues to embed military infrastructure within and adjacent to civilian buildings as part of its systemic use of the human shield tactic. So this is still relevant to Iran because remember, Hezbollah is a proxy of the Islamic regime. And Hezbollah is 100% funded by the Islamic regime. And the exact same way that the Islamic regime is occupying Iran, Hezbollah is occupying southern Lebanon. And Hezbollah gets its playbook from the Islamic regime. So the fact that we're now seeing, you know, like evidence and indication of how Muslim terrorists are embedding their military bases and infrastructure within a civilian area, right? They learned this from the Islamic regime because the Islamic regime does the same thing with the Iranian people. So there you go. Everything, all of this in Beirut, all these like little terrorist cancer cells here, all these red circles. Yeah. Hezbollah learned this from the Islamic regime. Now, two buildings at Iran's Shahid Bahonar port in Bandar Abbas were hit in recent U.S. airstrikes. So let's there you go. So okay, so apparently, so these are the two buildings. Okay, these, I guess this is like the before imagery, like high quality imagery, and then here you can see this is the before. It's all blurry, guys, because this is just, you know, open source intel, right? But this is the before, and then you can see the after. There's like dark spots there, right? So going to the before, there's no like a dark spot, but after there's two dark spots. So these buildings, and this is the high quality version of the image, right? So this building was struck and this building was struck. So these are obviously IRGC warehouses, buildings, whatever the case might be. So as you can see, the United States is heavily targeting IRGC bases. We don't know what they are yet. Maybe we'll find out in a little bit, but we know that they have been struck. And then Islamic regime news is reporting two projectiles hit near Qishm at 6:10 local time. Per Tasnim, no casualties reported. Bahrain continues. Oh, sorry. Bahrain Coast Guard adjusts maritime curfew. Okay, so Bahrain has imposed a curfew, I guess, for safety reasons. Explosions near the Iran-Iraq border. That was 4 hours ago. got off the phone with UAE. There's no explosions in UAE. 3 hours ago, projectiles hit points in Bandar Abbas per Mehr News. Report to follow after initial assessments. So this is Bandar Abbas here. So Bandar Abbas again is the city that's the main port city, and so all of the kind of terrorism activity that you're seeing happening in the Strait of Hormuz and the Persian Gulf, the orders and the directives are coming from IRGC bases here in Bandar Abbas. So that's why Bandar Abbas is an important military target for the Americans. Now, CENTCOM posted a couple hours ago. At 2 p.m. Eastern today, U.S. forces began conducting a new wave of strikes against Iran for the 6th consecutive night to further degrade Iranian military capabilities. So these strikes began 3.5 hours ago, and they're probably still continuing, right? They're going to continue for a while. And then let's see. So in Kuwait, armed forces detected 32 hostile drones in Kuwaiti airspace since dawn, all intercepted. Iranian aggression struck several vital facilities. Okay, so there you go. The Islamic regime, right? They claim, right? Here's the thing. In English, so in the English language, they will claim that they're only striking U.S. military bases. However, in Persian, right, when they put out their AI videos or when they're speaking on Durka TV or wherever, in Persian, they will claim and they will say that they're not just attacking the U.S. bases; they're attacking the countries themselves because those countries are hosting the Americans, right? So, and if you want a more detailed explanation on that, you can watch. I think it was my live stream from a couple of days ago where I shared the video from Khatam al-Anbiya, the AI guy. Was that yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. But and the AI guy, he's basically saying that anyone who supports the United States will be met with hellfire and jihad. So that's what's happening right here. Now, 3 huge blasts in Ahvaz. Again, Ahvaz is the city that I was born in. The majority of my family is in Ahvaz. And it's Ahvaz is being heavily bombarded. And yeah, so as of 2 hours ago, 5 blasts in total in Ahvaz. And I was speaking with my contacts in Ahvaz, and they were basically saying to me that they are aware and they know that the United States is targeting IRGC bases and facilities in Ahvaz. But essentially, like, they said that just like there was like it was basically nonstop. Like the sound of the boom booms have been nonstop. This was the update I got this morning from last night. So they were saying, last night it was just nonstop boom booms, and even though they appreciate what the United States is doing, I mean, it's still very stressful. And there's a lot of seniors and a lot of children, and I mean, at the end of the day, these boom booms, it is a stressful thing. It is a stressful thing, right? And what they are saying to me is that they are very, very angry with the Islamic regime. Of course, they all despise the Islamic regime because they're all saying that this is happening because the Islamic regime refuses to surrender. So the message that they want you to know, and this is coming straight from my sources and contacts in Ahvaz, where I'm from, they're saying that they really hope that President Trump and the United States finishes the job this time, right? They really hope that all of this stress and anxiety that they're going through, like they're willing to go through the stress and the anxiety if it means that the Islamic regime will be eradicated. Because again, the biggest fear of the Iranian people is not the boom booms coming from the United States or Israel. The biggest fear of the Iranian people is that President Trump will leave the job half done, leave the Islamic regime, and then the Islamic regime will just continue murdering and executing Iranian people. And I'm going to get to, like I said, the names of a few Iranians who were murdered by the Islamic regime in the last few days. Because the Islamic regime is more afraid of the Iranian people than they are of the United States and Israel. They believe that they can survive the United States and Israel. But they know that they can't survive the Iranian people if the Iranian people rise up. So, in retaliation for the United States and Israel, United States in this round anyway, the United States attacking their IRGC bases, the Islamic regime is murdering innocent, unarmed Iranians. And I'm going to get into that as well. So, but before I do that, we have a number of trolls in the chat because they are just so triggered. What is this? Like, you know, it's like Murphy's Law. The one day that I don't have, like, you know, I'm not like prepared and ready to go with banning the trolls, all of a sudden all these random trolls just show up, right? Like, let's see where this person is from anyway. Where are you from, right? Literally, like, this random person joined X this month, and they're yeah, this is guys, this is how triggered these people are, right? Like, I literally have trolls who will make X accounts. Like, I will, you know, I'll ban them, and then they will literally make new X accounts just so they can, like, come and, like, just, you know, maybe say like one comment or something on X, and then, you know, of course I deal with them and they're gone. But there you go. But you know what? That's actually very good news, because, you know, when the Islamic regime trolls are triggered, yeah, that's good news. That's good news. But anyway, so I wanted to share that, right? So the blasts that were happening last night in Ahvaz, they are stressful. But what Iranians are saying is, you know, we hope that at least this time, that the blasts will continue until the Islamic regime is executed, right? Because the Islamic regime is murdering the Iranian people. And Iranians understand and recognize that everything that's happening is at the fault of the Islamic regime, right? So there you go. So not only in Ahvaz, but there's also explosions in Qishm Island and Bandar Abbas. And here we go. What's this? Shin shared this, so this must be important. The targeting in the latest U.S. strike waves is becoming increasingly interesting. At Iran's only underground airbase, I identified 4 strike locations, 2 along the route connecting the tunnel complex to the runway, and 2 targeting infrastructure linked to the facility's construction unit. Recent imagery showed accelerated work aimed at bringing the base to operational status. These strikes appear would delay its completion. So, yeah, look at like these are strategic boom booms, guys. These are strategic boom booms, right? There you go. So, some examples of the targets being hit. State-owned Mehr News confirms U.S. attacks on a number of areas in Ahvaz. Yeah, I mean we don't even need the Islamic regime to confirm that, because my contacts inside of Ahvaz are literally telling me that they're being boom boomed right now. And here is footage from Bandar Abbas. So remember, Bandar Abbas is here. Okay, so when you're looking at the bases, so Bandar Abbas is right there where the Strait of Hormuz is. Okay, so now we have breaking news footage from Bandar Abbas. So there you go. That's the breaking news footage from Bandar Abbas. And then 2 huge blasts, so more blasts in Bandar Abbas. Intense explosions and jet activity in Qishm Island. So looking at our map, Qishm is here. Okay, so Qishm is right next to Bandar Abbas, right there in the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, so there's Qishm Island, right next to Bandar Abbas. Another blast, huge one in Ahvaz. خاک تو سر جمهوری اسلامی، مگه چی تو اهوازه که اینقدر دارن اهوازو میزنن؟ Sorry, I just basically said dirt on the head of the Islamic regime. What the heck have they put in Ahvaz for the US to be striking Ahvaz so much, right? Like the Islamic regime has literally occupied Ahvaz, like so many bases that we don't even know about, so many things, right? Because they're literally like it's just Ahvaz is like one after another, because the Islamic regime is like a cancer, right? And cancer, it roots into, you know, like it just burrows in, right? Yeah, guys, I like the majority of my family is in Ahvaz. The majority of my family is in Ahvaz. I mean, I don't speak to them. I don't have any of their numbers. I don't have any of their contacts. I literally don't speak to them, you know, because I just cut off ties with my family, because of what I do. But the vast majority of my family is in Ahvaz, and yeah. The Durkas have obviously invaded Ahvaz, and that's why the United States is booming them. Okay, here's another image from Bandar Abbas. So this is from tonight in Bandar Abbas. More explosions. And so this is unknown aircraft near Shahin Shah in Isfahan province. So okay, so I don't know if you can see it. It's literally right here. Can you guys see that? Wait, let me make this bigger. Let me make this bigger for you guys. So it's right there. It's very hard to see. Let's see. I don't know. Can you guys see that? Like I'm hovering around this blinking light right here. Okay, now it's up here. Do you see that? So there it is. There it is. Oh, there's a clearer image. There you go. So there it is now, okay? So there's an unknown aircraft in Isfahan. They don't know what it is, but it was recorded. So lots of jet and air activity. Airstrike on Iran Shah Airport, Sistan and Baluchistan province. IRGC-owned Tasnim confirms airstrikes on Iran Shah Airport. U.S. fighter jets struck Iran Shah Airport with missiles. Residents report 3 heavy explosions near the airfield. Armed forces operational personnel are at the scene. So yeah, the Americans are definitely targeting not just IRGC bases, but they're also targeting the major sort of transport corridors. Because remember, yesterday we got news that they had struck the airport in Ahvaz as well. So jet activity, where is it? Jet activity over Shiraz. And okay, so wow, this is a post from CENTCOM from 23 minutes ago. So U.S. Marines from the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit conduct a verification boarding aboard MT Wen Yao in the Gulf of Oman. As of today, American forces have redirected 3 commercial vessels trying to run the blockade, disabled 1 that didn't comply, and boarded 1 to ensure full compliance with the ongoing U.S. naval blockade against Iran. The Strait of Hormuz and the surrounding waters remain free and open, except for vessels attempting to violate America's steel wall blockade. So let's watch this video from CENTCOM that was posted just a few 20 minutes ago. All right. That's actually a really cool shot. Look at that. The Marines are like coming down from like the rope from like a helicopter. So these are the U.S. Marines in action. There you go. So U.S. Marines are working hard to counter the Islamic regime. You know what? I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the day that this flag is sent to hell where it belongs, right? Like remember this flag, okay? When you see this flag, this is the modern day equivalent of the flag of Nazi Germany, right? So like the Nazi swastika, that's what this flag is. So, you know, if this was, let's say, in World War II, this would be like, you know, the Americans like attacking the Nazis, because this would be like a Nazi flag. So keep that in mind. Whenever you see this Allahu Akbar jihad flag, that's the 2026, like the modern day version of the Nazi flag. So I cannot wait for the day that this flag is you know, burned and sent to hell where it belongs with all of the Durka jihadi Muslims. And we never have to see that garbage flag again. Let me just do a quick refresh, see if there's anything new. No, so those are that's like the latest updates on the boom booms. I'm going to be speaking more about that tonight. But of course, Iran Revolution Live is about the Iranian people and the Iranian Revolution. So I want to go to this post from His Royal Highness Reza Pahlavi. He is the Shah of Iran and, of course, the leader of Iran's Lion and Sun National Revolution. So he wrote this earlier today, okay? And he wrote, while and by the way, guys, he wrote this post in English, okay? So remember, any time that the Shah of Iran, Reza Pahlavi, he puts out a message in English, that message is meant for you. It's meant for all of the non-Iranians, right? Because whenever he is speaking with us, or whenever he's, addressing the Iranian nation, of course he will speak in Persian. And of course, he will put subtitles, like his comms team puts subtitles under his videos so other people can follow along. But whenever he posts in English, that is specifically meant for you, all of our non-Iranian supporters, and of course the rest of the world. So His Royal Highness Reza Pahlavi wrote earlier today, while the Islamic Republic's warmongers hide in Tehran and their safe havens, they have abandoned conscript soldiers and young troops in defenseless garrisons, without even the means to protect them. This regime has once again shown that when forced to choose between the lives of Iran's sons and its own survival, it will always choose its own survival. The Islamic Republic has imposed this war on the Iranian nation, and the responsibility for the lives of all its victims, including the soldiers at Bompur garrison, rests with this very regime. We all wish for peace, security, and tranquility for all Iranians. But as long as this regime remains in power, neither lasting security nor genuine peace is possible. This criminal regime is more concerned with preserving Hezbollah in Lebanon and its other proxy forces in the region than with the safety of the Iranian people. For this regime, the survival of its terrorist arms matters more than the security and lives of the people of Ahvaz, Zahedan, Bandar Abbas, Bushehr, Chabahar, and all of Iran. So I speak to Iran's soldiers, officers, and all patriotic forces. Do not risk your lives for the survival of the Islamic Republic. Your oath is to Iran, not to a regime whose leaders flee in moments of danger and leave you defenseless and abandoned. I extend my deepest condolences to the bereaved families of the conscript soldiers who lost their lives in the recent attacks on Islamic Republic military installations. And I ask the families of all conscripts to do everything in their power to prevent their children from being sent to serve under these dangerous conditions. No mother or father should send their child to garrisons that have today become killing fields rather than places of service and duty. These young people are the children of this land, not human shields for the Islamic Republic. They should not pay with their lives for the survival of a failing government. I also sincerely thank the noble people of Iranshahr and Zahedan, who rushed to donate blood and assist the wounded soldiers of Bompur garrison. This national solidarity is a reminder of the truth that the Iranian people, even in their darkest days, do not abandon their own children. Iran needs its children alive to build a future that is free, prosperous, and proud. So, yeah. I wanted to start off with that because then I wanted to talk about Bompur garrison. So, let me just pull this up. One moment, guys. Sorry. So, Bompur garrison. So, this video that I shared with you a couple of days ago, okay? This was a garrison. Okay, so you can hear the sounds of the explosion, right? So President Trump on February 28, when he announced the conflict with the Islamic regime, he was very clear in saying that anyone who's within the army or IRGC, they should defect. Otherwise, they'll lose their lives. His Royal Highness Reza Pahlavi also for the last year has been doing a defection campaign, and of course many Iranians who are within the IRGC or the Artish, the military, they have defected. His Royal Highness Reza Pahlavi also in the past year has put out several videos, especially since the conflict began, where he was saying to the Iranian people that those of you who are within the army or IRGC, he encouraged them to lay down their arms and to stay at home, because he said, if you don't do so, if you don't defect, if you choose the Islamic regime over the Iranian people, he said, I can't guarantee your lives. You'll be at risk, right? Like your lives will be at risk if you don't defect. And what we're seeing now this confirmation is exactly that, right? So remember, there's also mandatory conscription. So every Iranian male has mandatory conscription. So they have 2 years of mandatory military duty. Now, of course, the children of the regime, all the rich oligarchs, right? They don't do the mandatory conscription, right? Because they're the children of the regime. So the mandatory conscription is for, of course, the regular, normal, oftentimes poor Iranian people who can't afford to bribe their sons out of it, right? So this garrison, this IRGC garrison, was filled with young Iranian men who were just doing their mandatory military, right? So remember, the vast majority of Iranians don't support the Islamic regime, but conscription is mandatory. So I guess these young men and their families, they ignored the warnings. And not only did they ignore the warnings, but the Islamic regime put them in an IRGC garrison so that they could be used as human shields. And this is the cost of, how do I say this? So His Royal Highness Reza Pahlavi, he makes a very good point. He blames the Islamic regime for the deaths of these young Iranian soldiers, right? Because keep in mind, it's the Islamic regime that began this war. The Islamic regime began this war 47 years ago when they occupied Iran, turned it into a 7th century Islamic hellhole, and then, of course, declared war on the United States and Israel. So we don't blame the United States or anyone else for these casualties. Every single life lost, every single Iranian life lost is 100% the fault of the Islamic regime, because they are occupying Iran. They are holding Iranians hostage. They are using us as human shields. And they have dragged us into this Islamic jihad, right? They are literally willing to sacrifice as many Iranians as is necessary or needed if that ensures their survival. So all these young, conscripts doing their mandatory military service, we don't blame the United States. We blame the Islamic regime. And this is why, right? This is why His Royal Highness has a direct message to the Iranian people. He says, I speak to Iran's soldiers, officers, and all patriotic forces. Do not risk your lives for the survival of the Islamic Republic. Your oath is to Iran, not a regime whose leaders flee in moments of danger and leave you defenseless and abandoned. I extend my deepest condolences to the bereaved families of the conscript soldiers who lost their lives in the recent attacks on Islamic Republic military installations. And I ask the families of all conscripts to do everything in their power to prevent their children from being sent to serve under these dangerous conditions. No mother or father should send their child to garrisons that have today become killing fields rather than places of service and duty. So that's what I just wanted to share about that, to give you some context about the boom booms and what that means for the Iranian people. Now, in other news, apparently there has been a fire at Khamenei's wherever he's been buried, right, in Mashhad. There's been like a fire reported. Look at this. That's a huge fire. Guys, that is an incredibly huge fire. So I don't know. We don't know the source or the cause of this fire, but apparently Khamenei's grave, wherever it's buried, is this confirmed? Yes, the fire is 100% confirmed. This is 100% confirmed. This is from today. I just still don't know yet what the source of the fire is, but there's a giant fire. It's not like I don't think it's a military strike, right? Because if it was like a military strike or a boom booms, they would have said that. But it just, so for some reason, Khamenei's grave and wherever he's buried is on fire. So, I'm certainly enjoying this. Wow. That's a big fire. Like, what are they burning? What exactly are they burning there? Who knows? Oh my gosh. All right, let's go to the next video. Okay, so here's more footage. So the fire, okay, so the fire erupted. So remember, Khamenei is buried in I know it's called Imam Reza. So remember, Reza is one of like the dead Arab warlords, right? So one of the dead Arab warlords has a shrine in Mashhad, Iran. I don't know why, because I don't think any dead Arab warlord should be buried in Iran. Like, you can just, send the dead Arab warlords back to like Iraq, like Najaf, like wherever, Karbala, whatever, like, hellhole they come from. But anyways, like, so this is in like their Arab warlord shrine. The Arab warlord was named Reza. So Khamenei is buried in that, shrine or whatever. And apparently a giant fire broke out. Now, the Islamic regime is claiming that the fire began at an asphalt workshop at the complex. Since when does the shrine for a dead Arab warlord include, what did they say? An asphalt workshop. Interesting. So apparently, at the shrines of these dead Arab warlords, they have asphalt workshops, and this fire supposedly broke out at an asphalt workshop being held at the shrine of a dead Arab warlord where Khamenei also happens to be buried. Right. There you go. So there is that footage. I have more footage of this fire. More footage of the fire. Here we go. Wow, that's huge. You know what? I hope it all burns down. Like, بذار بسوزه دیگه. بذار اصلا اینا رو امامشون هم نابود بکنیم دیگه. بذار همشون بسوزن. So guys, bisuz means burn. Okay, new Persian word. For those of you who have your notebooks out and you have a list of, all the various Persian words that you're learning. So you have a new one today. Bisuz. Burn. Right? So bisuz. Bisuz means burn. So we hope that this complex bisuzes to the ground, right? Like bisuz, nabud shod dige. We're all praying and hoping that it just like burns down. Just burn down the whole thing, right? Just, cleanse our beautiful city of Mashhad. Just let it burn. Burn the Durkas out of the out of Iran, right? Yeah, exactly. There you go. See, Nathaniel got it. Bisuz the IRGC. Exactly. Bisuz the IRGC. Yeah. See, Daniel's right. Future pop quiz. There you go. It's going to come out at some. Oh, yeah. Someone is saying, oh, I love this. Okay. This comment from Roman Viking. Zoroastrian cleanse. I didn't even think about that, but that's a very smart comment. I'm totally going to steal that. And I'm gonna take credit for that. So yes, this is Zoroastrian cleansing, right? There you go. we're cleansing Iran from Abdul's shrine. There you go. Exactly. Hugh, bisuz the Durkas. I love that. Bisuzan to Jahannam. Exactly. There you go. I love all these comments. Keep them coming. Oh my gosh, so good, so good. There you go, guys. You learned a new word today. Okay. Next we're going to go to Okay, so massive attack to IRGC base in Karaj. So Karaj is just west of Tehran. They're pretty much connected, right? It's like the two municipalities are connected, but Karaj is just west of Tehran, and apparently there is a massive attack on an IRGC base in Karaj. Let's see what's going on here.
سپاه کرج با خاک یکسان شد. کیرم به کس مادر خامنه ای. اوف.
Okay. I cannot translate. Wow. Okay. I will translate this in a family friendly way. So they're two Iranians. They sound young, so I would say early mid-20s maybe. They are on the rooftop and they're filming the United States boom booming some IRGC bases. Okay. So then you can hear the boom booms, and then they're zooming in as like the explosions coming up, right? And he's like, oh, right? Like, ooh, like, wow, okay?
سپاه کرج با خاک یکسان شد.
And then he's like, سپاه کرج با خاک یکسان شد. So Sepah is one of the branches of the IRGC. So he's saying that the Sepah, the Karaj branch of Sepah. Let me show you where Karaj is on the map, okay? I'm just going to try to like delay as much as I can so I can figure out how to translate the swear words. So we're just going to delay. So this is Karaj, okay? This is Karaj and this is Tehran, okay? So when you look at the map of Iran, it's literally right there. Okay, so this is Tehran and this is Karaj. It's just like, literally right there. It's like a 20-minute drive between Karaj and Tehran. So
سپاه کرج با خاک یکسان شد.
So he's like سپاه کرج با خاک یکسان شد, which means the IRGC in Karaj have been leveled, right? So he basically says they're one with the dirt. One with the dirt.
کیرم به کس مادر خامنه ای.
You guys caught the Khamenei part, right? So you guys caught the Khamenei part. So then after he says that the Islamic regime in Karaj have been leveled with the dirt, he says he basically gives a very rude insult to Khamenei's mother. He insults Khamenei's mother. And this is Khamenei, remember? So he's not referring to the current cardboard Ayatollah. He's referring to the dead supreme dictator, right? So he basically says very excitedly, oh my gosh, the Karaj Sepah has been leveled to the ground. And then he gives he insults Khamenei's mother, which basically shows that they are very happy with what the United States is doing. And again, this just goes to the point that I made earlier about how yes, Iranians are stressed out about the boom booms. However, they welcome the boom booms because we know that this is the only way to get rid of the Islamic regime. This is the only way to get rid of the cancer. And as you can tell, as soon as they see that the Americans have leveled this IRGC base in the city of Karaj, this guy responds by basically insulting Khamenei's mother, which, there you go. So now that you know the context, you can, we'll listen to this again, and he's also with his friend, and his friend is like, ooh, right, like they're just like they're thrilled, right? Like Iranians are happy. Iranians are grateful to the United States for doing this.
سپاه کرج با خاک یکسان شد. کیرم به کس مادر خامنه ای. اوف.
There you go. So thank you, United States, because this right here, a beautiful image. Okay, and there you go. So that's some more recent footage of the boom booms. Now, supposedly there's another like massive fire in Karaj. Karaj is the same place where I just shared that that footage of the two young Iranian men celebrating the United States sending the IRGC base in Karaj to hell.
25/4 آتش سوزی در میدان سربار کرج. آقا دارم میذارم. آقا فقط میتونن ورودی بگیرن. 10-800 میلیون وانتی ورودی میگیرن. آتیشمون هم میذارن. آره نگاه کن یک هیچ کاری واسه میدون نمیکنه. روزای کثیف. خب شرف کثیف بگید منو. یعنی بی‌شرفتر از مسئولین میدونوار خودشون. هر اون زاده خب یه جمع کن دیگه.
Wow! Oh my gosh! Whoa! Okay, this is very interesting. This is very interesting, guys. So, not a Durka, by the way, not a Durka. But so look at this. So there's this like apparently this random fire started. Okay, we don't know how the fire started, and then the guy is filming, right? And then so this guy, right? This guy who like he notices the other guy filming. So he walks over and then he's and then the guy's like film this. And then he says, "Do you see? They don't do anything for us." Right? So when he says they don't do anything for us, he's referring to the Islamic regime. And then he's like, you know, I spit on their honor, right? So he's referring to like the honor of the Islamic regime, the municipality, the government, whoever, right? Like he's basically insulting the Islamic regime. And then he's like there doesn't even exist anyone who's like less dishonorable than like the people who own this area or whatever. Like, why don't you come and clean up this fire that you've created? And then they're like, oh, that now he's talking about how like they're charging the drivers and like they're charging companies for like a toll or a passageway or something. But he's like, but they can't even like clean up their own fires. Like he literally calls them bisharaf. Then he's like, you know, a bunch of thieves who've gathered here. He's like, and this is the current condition. So there you go. Oh wow. Did Tusi? Okay, Tusi just started. All right, let's go to Tusi and then I'll come back with a little bit more breaking news. But I don't like let's get the breaking news update from Tusi and then I'll finish my analysis and then I'll do my evening live stream, okay? So I'll be back in a little bit. I didn't realize Tusi was starting. So and I still haven't gotten to I still haven't gotten to your questions and comments, and I do want to get to them as well. So, but let's go to 2C for the breaking news, and then I will continue afterwards. So go watch 2C, go tune into his channel, go subscribe, show him some support, and I'll be back when he's done.
Welcome back to 2C TV. This is your global news channel. I'm Maya 2C, and as President Trump would say, Bridge Day has arrived in Iran. The infrastructure, railway, bridges, and airports are now getting targeted by the US military across Iran, especially around the southwest, the south, and the western parts, but also in the center, in the middle of Iran. We're going to show you on the map where this is. Of course, we're going to give you guys all the latest videos that we are receiving from our sources in the Middle East. The IRGC are facing destruction, and they have vowed to escalate their retaliatory attacks on to the Arab states in the region. We're going to get your reaction live as well. There's a lot to cover. The US President Trump did promise. He said he's going to start hitting bridges and airports and the infrastructure. It seems like the Islamic Republic didn't take it too seriously, and now it's a little bit too late. We have our live feed from the White House and also the Strait of Hormuz. The White House, because we are going to have President Trump addressing the nation in a bit, in a couple of hours' time. Of course, there's a lot of stuff happening when it comes to the elections in the US, but we will obviously talk about that, as we'll cover that at the same time. But let's talk about what's going on in Iran first. Let's go to our exclusive interactive 2C TV map to discuss the latest in terms of the first wave of attacks. All right, first things first, let's go to the Middle East and Iran. The US strikes initially started early tonight, hitting the Hormozgan province, which is in the south of Iran. All around this part has been getting targeted once again. They have successfully eliminated a number of IRGC militants. 2 have been confirmed killed, 4 injured. According to the Islamic Republic's authorities, in addition to these strikes, we started getting updates from bridges, especially the Khorasan bridge, which basically connects this part. There are various, obviously, areas to the Fars province. These infrastructure are getting hit, have been getting hit over the last couple of hours. And we can go to the first image from Ahvaz. Ahvaz is around this part, of course, the southwestern part of the country. There is an image to show you from one of the areas that has been destroyed. So this is actually, no, this is not Ahvaz. This is actually in Hormozgan. We have a video. We have a video from Ahvaz. The ground forces of the IRGC are now getting hit again. This is the second or third day in a row that the Americans are not just targeting the bridges and the infrastructure, but also the ground forces. All the bordering areas, the border that Iran has with neighboring countries, all of that is getting targeted. Take that as you will, whatever you want to think the next phase of the war is going to be. Let's go to Ahvaz. Huge escalation. Yeah, the video ended just as the explosion occurred. So there is, yeah, we can go to that image quickly from Hormozgan. There is going to be a huge amount of Islamist martyrs going to meet the 72 virgin goats tonight. It's going to be a very, very busy night in the afterlife. Look at this bridge. This is the Khorasan bridge, which is in Hormozgan, in the southern parts, in literally the central part of the south of Iran. And this is where 2 people have been confirmed killed, 4 have been injured. And this is in the Ghamari county. I mean, you can see that the whole thing is gone. The reason they hit this was because the IRGC have been using these routes to transport a lot of their equipment. And we're not just talking about the missile launchers or drones, but the ground forces equipment have been used. Obviously, they're using these routes to go to the southern parts of Iran, primarily from the central parts. So the Americans have identified that as a route, as a threat, and they are basically creating more obstacles for the Islamic regime, as if they're not having a bad time already in the Islamic Republic. The Americans are making it even harder for them. In Hormozgan, more ground forces, the IRGC's military, IRGC's army basically, getting hit in southern cities. We have the next video quickly for you guys. I think there's some breaking news coming from Kuwait. There was some fake news from the United Arab Emirates earlier tonight that the IRGC have launched attacks and killed the Emiratis. That has already been debunked. So if you see that on social media, don't believe it. It is not true. Earlier tonight on 2C TV, I also we came and made a big announcement that we are expanding our business now in the United States. We are moving to South Florida. And in order to celebrate with you guys, we are going to make ourselves go bankrupt. A limited offer to become a member of 2C TV Plus, lifetime member. This only comes quite rarely. It's the second time we've done this, and it's only this opportunity that you have to become a member. And all you have to do is visit 2ctvplus.tv/lifetime-plan. The link is also in the description. It's easier to find it under the video. You will get a welcome video call with me. Free tickets to all 2C events that we're going to have from this year onwards. Annual online 2C TV company conference. Because as lifetime members, you are basically stakeholders. Your voices matter. That will be organized towards the end of the summer. VIP customer service, and of course, full access to our 2C TV Plus platform with all the documentaries, the original series, interviews, chat forum, and everything else. So become a member, lifetime member today. And unlike others, we're not going to charge thousands of dollars because there's no point. Let's quickly go back to the south. The bridge, over the Shur River in Bandar Abbas. I'll show you on the map first. So we're talking about this area, essentially around here. The main port in the southern parts of Iran again. The bridge that connects Bandar Abbas to all the other cities around it, a very important route for the regime, but also the infrastructure, has now been hit. We have a video to show you guys in a second, but yesterday, for the record, before any of this happened, when President Trump was threatening this, and a lot of people, including the regime in Iran, was saying, oh, it's just Trump. Trump is saying things and it's not, he doesn't do it. He doesn't actually fulfill his promises. Well, he's doing it again tonight. He is delivering on the promises that he made. Yesterday, the Iranian Armed Forces spokesperson, Mohammad IRANIan, warned that any U.S. attacks on Iranian infrastructure tonight will be met with strikes against the infrastructure of the Arab states in the Persian Gulf, describing the response as broader and more destructive than any previous attacks. Now, they do still have ballistic missiles and drones. They have a lot of drones. They've got more drones than anything else that they have in Iran. If they want to launch all that at the UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, perhaps some other countries as well, but these are the main enemies that the regime in Iran have, there will be impact. If they do actually deliver on their promises from the IRGC side, then yes, there is going to be destruction. There is going to be damages despite the air defense systems. So we are expecting retaliation either later tonight or early tomorrow morning. Let's go to the video from this. I'll translate. Saying we're in the middle of the bridge. The middle of the bridge is basically it's been split. there was a truck that was basically crossing it and it's been destroyed. It's just repeating it. It's been destroyed. Yes, and the driver is also dead. Yeah, the bomb hits the bridge in the center. Yeah, just saying the same thing. Yeah, telling people don't come to this bridge, don't use it, it's gone. Oh, he's scared because he just saw the petrol getting leaked out of the truck that was basically in the middle. It basically went down, and he saw the leak, so he started running away in case there was a secondary explosion from that truck. A third bridge has now been hit. Again, this is actually, I'm going to double check this. I think this may be in Ghamari. 1 second. Need to verify the exact. Are we? Well, okay, yes. Yes, this is in the western parts of Hormozgan. Let's go on the map again quickly. It's basically similar areas. This is the third bridge. Another bridge, roughly speaking, around this area, has now been destroyed by the United States. If you zoom out, you can see exactly the location. There are more strikes happening across the country. So I'm just taking you through what's been happening one by one, so the map will be more filled. The Iran Shah airport has now been hit as well. Let's quickly go to the video, then we're going to go back to the map. I'm going to get some reaction as well, because I think there's a situation in Iraq, in Baghdad. Bit of an emergency situation. Apparently there's an attack by the IRGC in Iraq, in the capital city, which is quite rare. Usually they hit Erbil, so I'm going to get that verified quickly. Let's go to the airport in Iran Shah.
تاریخ 25/4 الان فرودگاه ایران شهر رو دوباره زدن مورد حمله موشک‌های صهیونیستی.
Yeah, saying the Iran Shah airport has just been attacked again, and just gave the date in the video. Let's go to 1 second. Do we have this confirmed? We're waiting for the update from Baghdad, by the way. But if we take you to Sistan and Baluchistan, this is where the airport is located. Where are we? There we go. Iran Shah, down here. The airport in this city, which is not really a coastal city, it's kind of deep into Iran, southeastern parts of Iran, has now been struck again by the US military. All this is happening just by the US military. Obviously, nobody else is actually involved in any of these attacks. The Israelis are not involved. The Arabs are not involved. And Ricky says, Ricky says in the live chat, hang on. Ooh, it's got big. Let's make it smaller. Where is the time? It's on the screen, on top of my face, on top of my head. You can see the time. Also, some people still comment for some reason and say, how do we know the date? Mention the date of the live stream. It's always here. Doesn't leave. It's always on the screen. 16th of July, obviously local time. So it depends on where you're watching this from. It might be a few hours. Could be 17th if you're in the Middle East. And, but yeah, generally speaking, it's always on the screen and the live time as well. Yes, we're going to go to Iraq. A warning by the U.S. Embassy in the capital of Iraq, in Baghdad. U.S. citizens in the country are advised to maintain heightened readiness, monitor local media, and follow the instructions. A security alert has given some actions to take if you are currently in Iraq. Apart from monitoring the local media, you have to enroll in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program if you haven't done it already. Maintain communication with family and friends to inform them of your status. Keep travel documents up to date and easily accessible. In case of an attack, stay away from any debris, seek cover, and monitor news outlets for official guidance. Avoid protests and demonstrations. Keep a low profile and stay aware of your surroundings. Follow the U.S. Department of State security updates on WhatsApp, and keep your cell phone charged and pre-programmed with the emergency numbers. I think we are getting some updates from, we're getting a video from Iraq. Oh no, we're getting there's a big warning coming from the IRGC. The IRGC's militia, their proxies, their Islamic resistance, I think they are aiming to do a big attack on the US bases in the country. First, we're going to go back to the south of Iran. More bridges getting targeted. We've got more videos coming in. Let's go to the next one. That's a car that's gone down. Yeah, so the destruction in Iran continues. We are getting a statement from the Islamic resistance in Iraq, the IRGC proxy, and a couple of other videos coming in. I think the Americans have started to hit the telecommunications towers. Again, more telecoms towers are being brought down. I think there's a video for that as well. But before we get to that, let's see some reaction. Now we can take the Union Jack down and put the lion and sun flag up with the US flag. No, it's still up. All three will be up. Finally making it back to live 2CTV. Congratulations on moving to where we lived earlier. Fort Lauderdale is wonderful. Neighborhoods are fun and friendly and safe. Excited for your move. Thank you so much. Another one says, from Canada, your drive to report the truth is greatly appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much for your kind words. 2CTV does America very soon. Does America very soon? Well, congratulations. I think goes to America. Yeah. Please visit the big island of Hawaii. It's a little bit too far, but okay. Yes, thanks for that. Let's go to the Islamic resistance in Iraq. They've just released this statement. They are offering a $10 million US dollars reward for anyone who assassinates President Trump. Right. Okay. So, one second. Right, I think I'm just double checking the reaction to this, but 10 million US dollars. Do you really think that the Islamic resistance in Iraq has 10 million US dollars? Also, what is it with these Islamists that can't do their own dirty work? They have to always offer payments to others to do it. Just if you are part of the big dogs, then, you know. But no, they're not brave enough to do them. They're not competent enough to do themselves. The Islamic Republic failed twice at least to take out the president. And well, if you include what almost happened in Turkey last week, then that's 3 times. But the Americans, the US intel was very good, and the president switched the planes last minute. We're going to go back to Bandar Abbas. It's getting hit so badly that the power is now cut off. The city is now in complete darkness. Let's go to the south of Iran. That's not that video. There's the next one shows gasoline hormones gun, and then wait for it. That's the beginning of the strike. There we go. Insane situation happening in Bandar Abbas. We are going to get more updates on the situation over there. Yeah, the street lighting is gone basically, but I can see some of the apartments still have lighting. So I think depends on what's been hit, obviously. So I'll double check the situation there. A railway junction has been hit as well in the south. Again, everything's happening. Most of the attacks are happening here. The last 2 nights, tonight we've gone back to Bandar Abbas. The last couple of nights we've had major areas in the western parts of Iran and southwest getting hit. But we've just had the Bandar Abbas railway junction station has just been targeted by the US Air Force. And there is a video also coming in from the railway, I think, and the bridges again. Let's quickly go to that. We'll get more reaction. We are waiting for more information from the south. Wow. Crazy stuff happening in the southern parts of Iran. I live in Key West, about 200 miles south of Fort Lauderdale. Let me know when you're down here. I'll buy you and your crew around. Thank you. Diagonal Dave says the new version of a BLM, Bridge Lives Matter. New merch idea. Thank you. Fort Lauderdale is nicknamed the Venice of America. A lot of canals and bridges. Be sure to visit. Guys, stay on topic. Stay on topic, guys. And yes, too soon to talk about bridges considering what's going on right now in Iran. I think we're going to, yes, there we have the videos now. I was waiting for this. Telecommunications towers once again are getting struck by the US military, this time in the southern cities of Iran. Let's go to the first video of the telecoms tower. That one. Not the best quality video. Yeah, not the best quality video. But again, you can't expect much more because people are trying their best, local people, to film with their mobile phones last minute, in the dark. Also, most of the time, they don't have the best internet, the quality, the speed. And so by the time they send it out to the world, it's all blurry and messed up. So yeah, apologies for the low quality. The island of Ghamari is getting hit again. Right. Is that, yes, confirmed. The Islamic Republic's fast news themselves have now just confirmed that this island that looks like a shark down here is now getting struck again. Several explosions have been heard in Ghamari. I think there is a situation in Kish as well, the small island, which is right over here. I'm just going to get some confirmation on the information we are receiving from there. Kish has been hit before. I think about 2 days ago, 3 days ago, they hit that. There are a lot of the small, fast boats or the speed boats that the IRGC Navy have. These are the ones that they use essentially to target the commercial vessels, because they say we have a blockade, and if you don't listen to us, we're going to destroy you. They are primarily based around these little islands. They're hiding them near the islands, and the Americans started to identify the locations, and they've been hitting them over the last couple of days. So I think if they have hit Kish again, and I'm just going to confirm that in a second, it's probably once again if we can call it, the IRGC naval assets, but they're just tiny boats. And to be fair, that makes it slightly more complicated. The big ships and the vessels that they had, they were already been destroyed by the US military the first few days of the war, at the end of February, beginning of the March, because they're big, easy to identify, and you can't defeat the Americans. If they see you, they're going to destroy you. The little boats, they come, they go, they hide them, they basically assemble them, they come, bring them back out. So that's why it's surprisingly, it's actually more complicated to destroy all of them, but they have started to hit them massively. We're going to go to a U.S. Central Command. CENTCOM have sent out the latest statement on what they have been up to. There's a video. The targets tonight, some of the targets that they have listed. The Iranian Majid AD-08, these are the short-range air defense systems, have been disassembled and destroyed. Also, the Mohajer 6 suicide combat aerial vehicles, these are basically unmanned, they're like a drone. They have been getting hit. A communication tower, a Qamar 99 one-way attack drone. These are the new tiny drones that they have basically, that they only announced last year in 2025. Let's go to the video of the evidence by CENTCOM tonight. We're gonna see the targets now. Okay, now we're going to get the actual videos of the targets. These are the targets that they've been hitting. I think that was one of the unmanned vehicles. These little drones going. That's another one. I think that could be a launcher. And that's a telecoms tower being brought down by the US. Probably need one more hit to bring it down a little bit. They fly around and bring it down. And, oh, it's coming down. It's coming down. There we go. First tower is coming down. Second one will come down as well. And the second one it was just moving at the end, and that's another one gone. Yep, the US military have been busy again. For those of you who are familiar with the joke that the guys in the live chat keep mentioning, the US military brags by showing you guys the videos of the impact of the result of the strikes. The Islamic Republic brag by showing the videos of them launching missiles and drones. They can't show when they hit because it's so rare, just one hit every 2 days, that they just spend more time showing you guys the launches rather than the actual targets getting hit. But let's what is this? Be sure to stop by Kansas during a road trip. People have a lot of suggestions about what's going to happen when we move to the US. Free haircut? No free haircut. Not yet. My wife actually likes it long. The hair. Stop it. She likes my hair long. Throwing in a spa treatment for Danielle. I would like to buy Greg a pint. Welcome to America, my friend. Thank you. Rich is back saying apparently Trump plays golf and bridge. Terrible joke, and I love it. Amazing. Move to Orange County, California. Many Persians like, no California for me. No. I like my life free. To see when are you going to interview Raymond Abraham? We don't do interviews on this channel. We just do breaking news live streams, obviously. His live streams about Takia is really good. Yes, he's great. Raymond Abraham is great, by the way. But let's go to the Islamic regime. Let's go to the Islamic regime because they have actually, I think they're releasing a video of their launches. But let's show you guys the other side because Kuwait has been under more attacks earlier on. And tonight, 32 more drones have been trying to hit Kuwait. 1 or 2 impacts. Overall, 25 cruise missiles from Iran since the beginning of the war towards Kuwait, 387 ballistic missiles, and 1,002 drones launched by the IRGC towards Kuwait. That was a statement by the defense ministry in the country. We have a video actually of one of the Iranian drones striking the targets in Kuwait right next to the border with Iraq. I did double check it was here. So I'm just going to show you on the map. Kuwait and Iraq, not too far from Basra. We had the IRGC missiles hitting Kuwait. It's again closer to the inside of the country rather than right by the border. So that black line you see, that's the border with Iraq, and Kuwait is there. We have a video of the drones. They are claiming, the IRGC media are claiming that they have apparently hit a radar installation in Kuwait, but we have not received any verification, any confirmation that they have done that. We know one of the drones has hit the ground. We have a video. This is the evidence. So this is in Kuwait, but it seems to have just hit the ground. It doesn't seem to have hit anything. So, or nothing important that we can't really tell, but I don't know how the Islamic Republic are so aware of what they've actually hit. They are claiming that to have hit a radar installation in Kuwait, but no confirmation by the Americans or the Kuwaitis so far. I think they might have just hit a car park with some cars. I think that's probably what's going on there, but they're cars. They're like normal cars. It's great. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever they're claiming. The Americans are getting accused of doing something dirty. But we don't know whether the Americans were behind what I'm about to show you, or whether the Iranian people, the anti-regime Iranian people were behind it, or whether some magical accident, a gas leak, occurred because the place where the former supreme leader Ali Khamenei has been buried in, and that's the Imam Reza shrine. It's a big shrine in Mashhad. I'll show you on the map first. Earlier on, a few hours ago, it's up here, the northeast of Iran, right? Up there. Now, that shrine that has Khamenei's body, it's barbecued, it's just barbecued fingers that's been buried. There was an explosion and a massive fire. Now, the Americans have not taken responsibility. We haven't seen any evidence of the US fighter jets flying over the city. We don't know who or what caused this mysterious gas leaks fire, but let's watch this. Oh no, another gas leak. Absolute mess. Now, theoretically, right? Okay, this could just actually, I don't know. I mean, the odds that this is just an accident. I mean, this shrine has been there for like decades, right? We haven't had a fire, like gas leak, right? But theoretically speaking, if we say somebody was behind it, it's highly unlikely that the Americans or the Israelis would bother during this strategic military operation to symbolically do something, because they didn't actually bomb it. It's something just sparked, right? And then fire broke out. It's unlikely it was the US or the Israelis. If you're talking about a symbolic attack to irritate the regime, that would be the job of the Iranian people, the Immortal Guard, the anti-regime Iranians, or it could just be a very, very hilarious and fortunate accident, an actual gas leak for the first time, a real gas leak. So we don't know what's happened. We just know that the huge fire after a bit of an explosion that occurred. So I don't know. I think we're getting some updates from the southwestern parts. Yeah, southwestern parts of Iran. Bushehr is getting hit. Oh, yes, this is massive. Yeah, so we got this just before we came live. I was waiting for it to be confirmed. Bushehr, down here, near the Khar Island, getting hit. Guess what's been hit again? The IRGC's ground forces are getting targeted again. Tonight, a huge amount of targets, apart from the bridges and the railway and the airport, had been the ground troops of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Let's go to this video from Bushehr. And do we have this? Yeah, okay, we have it. I was panicking for a second. Let's quickly go to this and then come back. Yeah, you can see there's some sort of base over there behind that gate, which we still haven't really managed to locate the exact location, unlike the other hits that we have had so far. But yeah, they seem to be quite busy, the Americans, tonight. And the latest wave of attacks has not stopped. It's currently, if you're watching this live, 2:21 a.m. in Iran, and they're still going. Okay, we can now confirm that Kish has been hit. Kish is that little tiny island that I mentioned earlier. The one... Hang on. Why is everything falling apart again? Yep, okay. There we go. Kish is this tiny island that I put the arrow. He's getting hit, and apparently it's inside the island, so not in the water. The reason we know that, or we can basically guess, is because a huge power outage on the island. The whole place has now gone dark. Now, for the record, if we scroll back in again to zoom in, the island itself is very small. Where is it? There we go. You can see it's tiny. I did joke the other night that says it's basically the size of the first GTA game, or maybe the second GTA game. It's tiny. So if you hit the power stations, then it's gone. So apparently a power station may have been bombed either intentionally or maybe something was near it. But so that has now been destroyed. And it seems like there is a lot of strategic targets. Interesting enough, tonight we're not hearing much from this area, Chabahar, in the southeast. We have had a lot of hits on Chabahar over the last few nights. Also around this part, pretty quiet tonight. But the major cities like Bushehr, next to it, to the left, and Ahvaz, all these cities that are basically bordering the neighboring countries, are getting hit, and they're all primarily, apart from the infrastructure, are the ground forces of the IRGC. So we don't know exactly what the US military are planning next, but it seems like the fireworks will continue for a while at least, unless there's a big pause at some point. Do you think the Crown Prince could be a good transitional leader for Iran? Yes, absolutely. But well, firstly, because he was born into it. He was born into the family where, you know, they're told you need to learn how to lead. Secondly, there is the fact that he's the only one. He's the only leader, and he's the only one that people want in Iran. So it's called democracy. I will pay for a lifetime subscription if you give me that moving globe, please. How am I going to give it to you? I mean, we can give everything away. Should I start giving things away as we move to the US? Should we do like a massive auction? Giving you guys these, that, maybe sign it. That is the most narcissistic thing I could ever do. But yeah, maybe come up with an idea. We need to get rid of them. Brand new, start fresh. I'll keep some of this stuff, obviously, symbolically. They've always been with us from the start, like the flags. He will be living in a very democratic city and a county, says Dale. It's still pretty purple, though. To see Goldie should be a guest on your new show when you move to Florida when Iran is free. Goldie texted me, Goldie Ghamari, earlier on, and I did suggest that idea. Said you need to get down to Florida, visit the studio, and let's do a show together. Word on the street is that
that is accurate. So I watched 2C's live stream earlier when he made his announcement about how everything has worked out, and he's going to the United States. And I reached out to him and I was like, congratulations, so happy for you. Just wishing you all the best, guys. 2C and I, like, we're good friends at this point, even though like we've literally never met each other in person. But yeah, so I reached out to 2C. So since he's like, I wasn't going to mention this, but since 2C said it on his live, like I messaged him earlier and I was like, I just saw your live stream. Congrats. I'm so happy for you. And he said, thank you. We're almost neighbors now, same continent. And I said, love it. Now I have a reason to visit Florida. Cheers and good luck with everything. And then he responded with, and visit the studio. We can do a show together. So there you go, guys. At some point in the future, I don't know when, but you can expect a Goldie show, like a Goldie show and 2C TV. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, like a crossover episode of the Goldie show and 2C TV. So I didn't want to say anything. Because, I don't usually like share all the conversations that I have, but since 2C already put it out there, yes, we are working. At some point in the future, we'll have a collab, and I'm very happy for 2C. Everyone, make sure you go support him, support his channel. He does amazing work. Yeah, it could be a collab, or like those crossover episodes. Like, the reason I said crossover is because I'm thinking of, like, sometimes when you watch The Simpsons and then like Family Guy characters show up, or you're watching South Park and then like Simpsons characters show up or whatever. So it's like a crossover episode or whatever. But there you go. Oh yes, 100%. We support 2C's hair. 2C has #1 hair. So there is the latest breaking news from 2C TV. So we've gone a little bit longer than I initially anticipated, and that's okay. But I'm still going to be doing my evening edition of the Goldie Show. It's going to be in about 2 hours from now at 9 p.m. Eastern. So at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, I'm going to be going live again to give my analysis on the current boom booms, what President Trump has said, what all the various states, countries are doing. Because of course, Iran Revolution Live is focused more on the Iranian people and the Iranian people rising up. But the Goldie Show, that's the geopolitical analysis, where I talk about sort of the global implications of what is happening and what is going on. So given that I'm going to be going live again, in about 2 hours, I just want to share just a little bit more info. And then I'm going to go to your super chats, because we do have a number of super chats and questions and comments. And then of course, then I will end the live stream so I can take a little bit of a break and also finish packing. Guys, not finish, start packing. Guys, I'm literally, I'm traveling tomorrow and I haven't even started packing yet. So it's going to be a long 24 hours for me. But that's okay. It's all good. So I just wanted to share this. So I spoke about this yesterday, but Okay. Right, that link isn't working, but here we go. So just some very quick breaking news about occupied Iran. So the Islamic regime, in the middle of the summer and in the middle of the heat, and guys, it is very, very, very hot in Iran right now, okay? The Islamic regime, they didn't cut the power during the initial conflict, but, oh wait, yes, yeah, exactly. So the reason, okay, so I'm sorry. So not President Trump is going live at 9 p.m. So thank you so much, Texas, for the clarification. So I will be going live at 8:45 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so I'll be going live about 15 minutes before that so that we can watch President Trump's address together. So it's going to be a live watch party of President Trump's statements and, you know, everything that he is saying and will be saying. So yes, thank you, Texas. I know I know. But I do appreciate the reminder and the clarification for everyone in the chat. So yes, I'll be going live again in about an hour and 45 minutes from now. But I just want to share this one final post about the power outages, the ongoing power outages. And 2C shared some other footage yesterday, especially with the ice cream business, and all their ice cream has basically melted because the Islamic regime shut off the internet. So here you go. You know, guys, I've actually experienced this. I've lived through this. Ahvaz is a very hot city. And for the last 30, 40 years, the Islamic regime has always been shutting off the power and the water. Now it's happening all across occupied Iran. And yeah, the reason that they shut off the power and water is because they are redirecting those resources to their military bases, to their underground nuclear facilities. So yeah, this is literally the daily reality of Iranians, right? In the middle of everything else that's going on, the Islamic regime shuts down the power, and when there's no power, there's no water, right? So you can see like that's what you know, some of the light bulbs look like, and then nothing, and that's the shower. Water, no water. Imagine living in one of the hottest countries in the world and there is no power and there's no water in the middle of the summer. Yeah. There you go. So not only are they executing us, not only are they murdering innocent Iranians every day, but this is how they're torturing the Iranian people every day. And keep in mind, this is just another way, right? By cutting off the electricity and the water, this is another way to keep the Iranian people oppressed. Because if you are suffering from heat stroke, or if you're worried about how are you going to find water for your family, or make sure that your family doesn't die of heat stroke in the middle of the summer, if you're concerned with that, you're not concerned with overthrowing the Islamic regime. So yes, this is another tool of suppression and oppression by the Islamic regime, literally shutting off water and electricity. And you know what's really messed up is that like if some like Durka jihadi terrorist Palestinian posted this video, this would be going viral, right? Like if this was like a Palestinian and they were like, oh no, like look what the Jews are doing to us, even though like Israel has literally never done that. But like if let's say this was a Palestinian claiming that Israel has cut off their water, even though it's Hamas who literally digs out the water pipes and uses them to build homemade missiles, and then they send their Durka jihadi missiles to Israel, that would be all over the news. But when it comes to Iran and Iranians, the Islamic regime has been cutting off not just electricity and not just water, but of course for 90 days they shut off the internet and no one was talking about that, right? No one was talking about that. There you go. So this is the horrific reality of what it means to be an Iranian. Yep. So just one nightmare after the other, one thing after another. So there you go. This is literally what we have been dealing with for the last 47 years. And this has been going on for a very long time. I recall as a child in Ahvaz, I think the first time I was in Ahvaz that I remember, right, was 4 years old. Like I was born in Ahvaz, left when I was a year old. The first time I went back was when I was 4. And that was like around 1989, 1990. Yeah, it was like 1989 the first time I visited occupied Iran as as like a child who has like a few memories. And I distinctly recall, because we visited in the summer. I was there for 4 months. And during the 4 hottest months of the summer, every day, the power would go out for 4 to 5 hours in Ahvaz. And the water would be gone as well. So, we had to wake up super early in the morning and like take, like 5-minute showers. And then I recall like what my family members would do is they would have all these like barrels. Like they would have these barrels or like, little like swimming pool, like, the little tiny kiddie swimming pools, like the plastic ones. They would have all these things and they would fill them up with water early in the morning because they knew that during the hottest part of the day, both the power and the water would be cut off. And then so they would just like fill up all these like bushel, like barrels or whatever, with water so that we could use that during the middle of the day when there was no water or electricity. So there you go. Okay, let me go to your questions and comments, and then I will end the live stream, and then I'll come back in a little bit, and we will continue with the Goldie Show and a live documentary watch party of President Trump's speech tonight. You don't want to miss that. So our first comment comes from Richard Cox. My wife had me check out your YouTube channel. She is a big fan. Oh my gosh! Sending love to your wife. Mwah, I love your wife. Tell her that I appreciate her comments. She said you are smart and beautiful. Oh my gosh, what kind words from your lovely wife. Please send her all my love. She was right. Oh, thank you. Welcome to America, Mahyar Tusi. Yes, we are all thrilled that Tusi is coming to the United States. And like I said, now that gives me an excuse or a reason to go visit Florida and hang out in Florida. So yes, we're all super thrilled that Tusi, everything worked out for the best, and he is coming to Florida. And send all of my love to your wife. Amir gifted a membership. Thank you so much. And another membership. Thank you so much, Amir. Shannon Moore. Bet that billboard goes hard if you live in a tunnel. Yeah, so she's Shannon's referring to the Durka jihadi billboard from earlier about President Trump and Senator Lindsey Graham. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I mean, the Islamic regime, they're very good at like putting up these like random Durka jihadi billboards, right? They're very good at murdering the Iranian people. They're very good at, you know, cutting off the electricity and water and internet. But that's it. Like the only thing they're good at is propaganda posters, propaganda in general, and of course, murdering the Iranian people. What they're not good at is fighting the United States or Israel. But they take out their losses on the Iranian people who are being held hostage by this murderous Islamic dictatorship. Sadato Hosoda says, happy travels. Thank you. Thank you so much. Javid Shah Payande Iran be Pish. I love that. Thank you so much. So, yes, for those of you who are just tuning in, as of tomorrow, I'm going to be traveling a little bit for work purposes. So, I will still be live streaming, but my live streams will not be at the usual time because it's going to depend on my travel arrangements and my schedule. But I do promise that I will be live streaming every day to give you guys the updates. I just can't commit on the time because it's all going to depend on where I am and what's going on. So this is why I'm recommending. So for the next 2 weeks, make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel and that you turn on the notifications, because when you have notifications turned on, that will let you know when I plan on live streaming and when my live stream starts. And that way you won't miss it. And of course, even if you do miss it, at least you can watch it afterwards. So yes, I just want to give a little bit of a heads up for the next 2 weeks. I will be on the road. So I will be around. I will be sharing all the latest news as well as my geopolitical commentary and analysis. But the timing is going to be a little, here and there. The timing I can't commit to any sort of timing. But what I can and am committing to is that I will be live every day at some point. So even if you do miss my live, you can always watch it afterwards, either Iran Revolution Live or The Goldie Show. Valerie says, thank you, Shin. We appreciate your posts. Javid Shah Payanda Iran. Yeah, Shin is amazing. And Shin is literally my favorite OSINT account. And he literally does God's work. And our final question and comment is from, I apologize. I'm so sorry. Your username is written in Hebrew, so I can't read Hebrew. Even though like there are so many like Durka jihadis who accuse me of being like an Israeli agent, and they're like, Goldie's not Iranian, she's Israeli. I literally can't, like, I'm not, and I can't speak Hebrew or anything. But you know what? If I had $1 for every single time someone accused me of being Mossad, I would be a billionaire right now. I would literally be a billionaire. But one of our amazing Israeli viewers says, someone needs to take responsibility for the genetic mutation passed from Khamenei's mother to him. I agree. Yeah, the Durkas need to take responsibility for that genetic mutation because it is definitely a wild and crazy and insane genetic mutation. Okay, guys, thank you.
غرق انقلاب است.
Guys, I made the same mistake last time too. It's like I go to like the end of the show, but then it goes to the ending song before I actually say my ending. So what I wanted to say is thank you everyone for tuning in to tonight's evening or tonight's edition of Iran Revolution Live, day 190. And I will see all of you in approximately an hour and a half. So around 8:45 p.m. Eastern time, I will be going live so that, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Stop Farokh Zad trolling us. Honestly, it's like the Farokh Zad troll. Yeah, it's literally, instead of the Rickroll, it's the Farokh Zad troll. I agree. The Bapish man troll. Oh my gosh. But there you go. What a funny comment. Made me laugh. But yes, I will see you all at 8:45 p.m. Eastern, which is about 1 hour and 30 minutes from now. So an hour and a half, 90 minutes from now, I'm going to be going live again so that we can have a live watch party of President Trump's speech. And of course, any other breaking news that comes up about Iran. Until then, Am Israel Chai, God bless America, Javid Shah, and Payande Iran. I will see all of you very soon.
کشور ما تاریخ ما درسی دگر فرا گرفته گویی اهورا مستا دوباره در نور خود مرا گرفته اکنون سرودی سر میدهم باز فارغ از رنج و تشویش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش هن ای پدر هن ای پسر برخیز و باماش و هنگام تا درد آن تجربه تلخ ما را نکشیده در آب بگذار هر دم بغرند گرگ‌ها دم لباس میش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ای کارگر ای برزگر راحت قانون ادامه دارد در این زمان که پرتو یزدان از هر سو بر تو میبارد پس پیش به سوی آزادی از بحر خزر تا کیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش خلقا به پا بهر دفاع از استقلال و آزادی تا بشکنیم پشت ارتجاع تیریزی ویران آبادی تا زنده سازیم سنت‌های ملی از من آیین و کیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش
با امید روزی که تمام این دلبشو و انقلاب تموم بشه و ما در روشنایی نور و سعادت مردم کشورمون غرق بشیم
نه خارجی نه بیگانه نه مستشارهای ویرانی نه چیر خاران نه کاسه لیسان فقط هم رزمان ایرانی ما با شرافت میهنی بسازیم بهر فرزندان خویش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش مردان بیایی داخل صف ما اکنون که آغاز رویاست دشمنان بدانید ما زنده هستیم بعد از ما هم ایران پابرجاست آن روح شیطان ما را فریب داد با صد شعار مردمیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش پرچم ما پرچم ایران غرق خون شهیدان روی شانه هامان حمل میکنیمش در هر خیابان و میدان تا ماسک دلغکان را برداریم از روی تسبیح و ریش
ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش